Now, I wouldn't say I'm a really good pilot, but I've played IL-2 946 before, and what it takes to be good at this game is lots of practice. So I've not flown seriously for about 2 years, maybe 1 year, 1.5. After I finished playing Arma with a bunch of people and joined another group, that's when I stopped flying. So I've not flown for quite some time, and it's been um, I don't know, it's been quite weird to see myself fly because I don't do it that well anymore. So I'm gonna show you a little bit how to practice in IL-2 946. Right, so I'm basically going as a beginner. Obviously, I know how to start my engines. I know how to do that. Even though I don't play on the hardest difficulty, I do have some plus things that I want to use, like extended or external view. I do not have any way to actually look around except my mouse, but my right hand is on my stick, my joystick that is, not any other stick, and that means I can't, move my mouse to do things. I had to have a it's called a hat top, I think, yeah, somewhere something like that, and I can move to 90-degree fields of view, but that's not enough at all, and you'll notice it because I have to basically you'll see how weird it is to fly with me and to see the enemies. So what I've done first as a first challenge. Now I've done this 6 times already. I said to myself I'll do 10 of each practice, and this is just for gunnery skills. Basically knowing how to take down planes, where to aim, getting a feel for the gunnery, the convergence, and the approach on different planes. So these are Li-2, that's a Soviet, I think, and it's got a gunner, but it's really beginner stuff. It's 1939 against my BF-109, which is my favorite. I don't want to use any of the later ones. It's a bit too much. I think I like this one. It's a bit in the middle, and I believe it's a very easy plane to control. I wouldn't tackle the Focke-Wulf 109 or 190. I don't remember what it's called. But the Focke-Wulf. Probably not go for the MiG or the MiG. No, not the MiG. LA-5F, really good as well. Beginner plane, and most of these things are, well, they're good planes. They do have guns. Some people, when they're beginners, they usually go for the most guns. That's probably the Focke-Wulf, at least in close quarters, with the cannons, massive cannons, or lots of them, I guess. And the Spitfires and these iconic planes that people like to use. Some of them are really good. I mean, they do have their advantages, but as a beginner, you'll probably want to aim for balance, and basically you don't stall that often in a BF-109. It's known for zooming and booming. Basically, you dive in, shoot some, you dive out, or you climb away. Especially, I'm gonna try and do it now. I'm one that's not really patient. What you need to practice in is patience, because it takes some time to uh, climb onto to the back of the targets and get a perfect angle. And in this game, more than others, it's better to be safe than sorry, because when you take one round, in most games, the rear gunner is not a massive issue. In this game, one round can hit you in the face and you can die, and it can mess up your engine. Any round that comes in, I mean, say a B-17 is actually a foe. If you don't attack it from the front, you're pretty much screwed, unless you have a really good advantage and the gun is terrible. But when you play against AI, do not underestimate their gunning capabilities. Also, a good thing for beginners, if you're completely new to the gunning, I've played a little bit, I got a basic understanding, um, what I, how to figure out a little bit how to fly. Now, the AI in this game are boosted. I mean, they have better cruising speeds. They don't stall as often, and they have AI skills. That means they lock onto the targets, pretty much, and get straight shots if it's level. In dogfights are a bit different, which is good. It's a bit balanced, but I wouldn't say I'm really good because I don't have a way to actually look around. And what's crucial in dogfights in any flying AO is awareness. And you do not have awareness if you can't see anything. And I can't. So sometimes I lose the targets, and then if I'm fighting a real fighter, I would definitely die. I would not be able to make it, because they as soon as you drop out of combat, as soon as you start disengaging, you'll be picked off. Disengaging is what you do pretty much when you lose, and you start scanning, you start looking around, and then you might get one of them right up your tail, and then you've lost. In this game is also about lots of energy, which is your speed or your energy basically. The plane has energy. You can waste it on climbing, and it can gain some from diving. You need to keep it the speed or energy. You need to keep it at higher levels. So in some games you wouldn't think about it because you don't have to. It's plus and minus. Your engines, can take you that far. That's it. Like Battlefield, for example, it's not the same. If you do come in for an attack run, and say you don't line up, and you're closing in fairly quickly, some people might do a grab the stick, pull it up or pull it down, and try and reduce speed, or maybe do a loop or something, which kills your energy like that. It's gone. If you do a loop when hunting something, you're screwed. If you're fighting something that is a threat, unless it's a bomber that's trying to bomb something. If you're fighting a fighter, yeah, you're screwed. So don't waste energy on doing stupid things. If you come in for an attack, just as you come in for a landing, if you start to notice that it's going to fail, you're going to have to overshoot. Just pull max on the throttle, and zoom away or boom away. Basically you climb up. When you're fighting bombers, they can't really do much. They just go straight forward. So you behave it like it's almost like infantry against tanks. They can't really move that well, but they are a formidable force, just like tanks. But if I'm outmaneuvered by fighters or by infantry in the elements of the tank, it will get wiped out. So fighters will have to depend on their maneuvers rather than their guns, because that's the feel I got, or that's what I thought when I started playing. That you can climb up behind a bomber, nice and slow, shoot it. No, you have to be a little bit more sensible now. Anyway, this is the practice. I've done this. I'm gonna do this 10 times, but I'm gonna record one, and I'm gonna show you what I figured out in 5 turns. Maybe I'll just do it worse now that I'm talking to you. But I'm fighting these IL-2s, and let's go. Right, so I'm at an advantage from the start. I'm actually not going to talk that much because there's a lot of engine sound. Right, in this scenario I lost him because I can't really focus with my sight, so I lost him there for a second. And once more, it really should to actually see the target. If I can see it all the way, I would be able to take him out without doubt. See, I'm going away safely now. They can't really reach me. And the thing about losing energy, I do it a little bit, and I said I wouldn't, but you know, can't always be perfect, eh? Not in my case, at least. So this is an example of what you could do. I mean, when you're flying with a tracker IR, for example, you can keep your eyes on the target at all times, and you can still move around with your joystick. I mean, it's critical to have that option. So that was 2 kills, and you know, it took a little bit of time because I lose track of the targets, which you know, I hate it. But this practice is only meant right now, at least for me. It's only for gunning skill. So basically, I have a little bit better understanding of where to aim. Now it's all dependent on the deflection, the speed of both airframes, and you know, the angle you're coming from. So it takes a lot of experience, and that's why I play this 10 times, and I go with different angles most of the time, at least. From the front, I'm not really good at that unless I'm going head to head with a bomber, to just, you know, shoot it from the front, because that is the most safest way. When Spitfires took out Heinkel's, or Hinkel, or Heinkel, whatever it's called, it's probably called Heinkel, but it's a bomber, medium bomber. It was taken out from the front most of the time. You go right in, and there's no guns in the front. Most of them were also in the, you know, covering the back, under the belly. Even though there are guns in the front, it doesn't matter. It's still the easiest way to take them out. You'll get first of all, the pilot. You're probably killing him with a machine gun. If not, you're probably gonna tear some shit up there anyway. It will probably kill the pilot though. The backside of a Henkel is also very, very tough. That it's known for. So it's fairly obvious that you shouldn't attack it from the back. You attack it from the front. And most planes and TB-17 has 50 cals and those things hurt. I didn't get shot that often. I did see some traces a little bit. This is a rookie, so as I said, the skill levels, you know, you have to adjust it to your liking. Because I don't like playing this game if it's too much of a challenge. If I never win, or if you know, I always fail because of, you know, not being able to see, you know, or the AI being accurate as hell with his rear machine gun. Anyway, that was the video. Basically, shows a little bit how to practice. You can go further, maybe into you know, fighting. I wouldn't say it's a good idea to practice against, say, a P-36A. I'm in a BF-109, and I would fight this recycled junk from 1938. Oh, maybe it's good. I'm not sure, but still, maybe this plane. What would be superior, this plane here or the BF-109? Obviously the BF-109. But the problem is, if you practice against that, you're going to overshoot almost 100 or 80% of the time, because you'll come in at such speeds, because you, most of the time when you do fly, you want it on the max throttle all the time to gain as much energy as you can and to try and maintain it. So it's mostly about flying in pretty curves to save energy and to come in at the right angles to shoot at your target. Also, when you get the gunning skills, you won't really need to waste that many rounds. I use the this one. It's a bit of a cannon, and I can't really make do without cannons. The machine guns really need some good hits, and you need to aim for the right things. I've always aimed for obviously the engines on the left and right side of the bombers, the front. Never the tail. There's no point unless you have massive guns. If you have massive guns, maybe you can get away with it. Maybe if it's a C1 or C47. But anyway, do that. If you play this game, obviously my channel is mostly devoted to armor, but I do tend to go out and play other games as well and see if people like it. Most of the time they don't, because it's not really you know, fancy games. I guess I'm not one of those who play Battlefield, Day Said and all that. So I'm not really one of those channels who get very popular. Obviously, Arma 2 is not that, you know, not many people look at it, it seems. But I am going to upload this new flying video, and hopefully there's a new outro as well. Outro. Oh, outro. Oh man. Outro. And it's in the end of the video, obviously. I added some music. I started doing that. Getting a little bit low on royalty-free music, so if you have any suggestions, be sure to post it in the comments section. I do love comments. It's fun to get correspondence. So if you could, please like, share, and subscribe. And well, now you can see that outro. Have fun. See ya.
Call it a miss.
Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh, something was up.
Tank blowing up.
It's still up. It's still moving on the right, and a tank on the right just coming in.